Before we show you the test footage, let's be completely clear about what you're looking at. This is not a theory. This is not a guess. And it's definitely not a scam. What you're about to see is the result of a system that has been through multiple stages of testing and review, both by myself and by independent groups outside my hands. Let's start with a quick clarification because some critics like to twist terms to confuse people. Peer review doesn't just come from a university. That's a myth. Peer review means your work is reviewed by others with knowledge or experience who can analyze it, give feedback, and either confirm or challenge your claims. That's what we've done. We've shared our papers on academic websites like academia.edu and had thousands of people view, comment, and engage. That is peer review, public, transparent, and open to challenge. Sites like ResearchGate, even YouTube comment sections, anywhere qualified or interested individuals can review your work and respond, are part of informal peer review, and they matter. Now, let's talk about the testing. Our system has gone through all of the following stages. 1. Prototype testing. I built this system myself and spent years refining and improving it. 2. Field testing. I ran it personally in real-world conditions to prove it holds up under long-term use. 3. Alpha testing. I stress tested the system internally over and over again to work out every flaw I could find. 4. Beta testing. Then I gave it to others, people with no stake in it, to see if they could replicate the results on their own. Peer review. As mentioned, we've shared this online openly for public and academic review. 6. Focus group testing. A smaller set of individuals have evaluated its usefulness, clarity, and value. 7. Pre-market evaluation. That's where we are now, prepping this for wider use and scaling it up. All of that brings us to this moment. The system we're showing you today is a basic rudimentary version, intentionally kept simple. We wanted to prove the core idea works. And once you understand that this foundation is solid, it opens the door to the larger projects built on top of it. Systems that are cheaper, more powerful, and scalable.
Okay. Well, you can see it's still blinking. I did use another unit, but it still didn't stop the blinking. But we do have, let's see, what's that? Can you see that? Let's see. There you go. It's fluctuating. Still creating volts though. Okay. All right. Now, this guy. Okay, I don't know if we can see that. I can. There we go. There we go. And there should be 100. There we go. Now, let's connect it to that guy. There we go. See, everything's charging. %, as well. Okay. And then the inverter. Let's see. So everything's working. This has been going for a few hours. Let me see what the time is on this thing. Yeah, 6 hours. Something like that. But no, nothing has went down except for initially when it first started. They're stabilized. Once again, Mr. Stovall is correct. Thanks.
So to those out there trying to call this a scam, trying to discredit this work without ever testing it themselves, you've got nothing left to stand on. You've just been exposed as a gatekeeper trying to protect a lie. Let's show you the footage and let the results speak for themselves.
I'm making this video just to let you know that I made on purpose. So I discharged this battery, so it was not powered by the sunlight. So this one discharged completely, and there was no sunlight to provide to that one, so this one was not working, even though that the battery, which is this one from here, it was completely full, but it was not charging. It was providing energy to this one. But now what I did was, from the load, which is this one, here is 26 volts because there's 24 volts in the back, and the load, this is the load, it's 26 volts, and the 26 volts are going through this mess, through this thing, and it is powering multiple things. So it's powering these LED strips and a joule tip that is powering that light over there, and it's also powered this transformer, which is transforming the 24 volts to 12 volts, and the 12 volts are entering as a solar panel. Okay, so it's entering to these circuits, these junctions, and it's working as a solar panel, and it is making the loop. So I'm getting 2 amps because I limited this solar controller to 2 amps. It can goes to 20 amps. If I put 20 amps, this will go a little bit higher, and probably this one is rated to 10 amps. But as you can see over here, so it is charging 12 volts because this is a 24 to 12, transforming to 12 volts. So there's the 12 volts, and it's providing 50 volts, and the 50 volts are coming to this Victron and charging the 12 volt battery. It was 10 volts before, but now it's charging, and as you can see, it is on the loop. There's no sunlight because it's night, so there is no sunlight outside, and the circuit is feeding itself with a small amount of energy from the last battery, which is a 24 volt battery, which is this one. This is a 24 volt battery, 100 amp hour battery, as you can see. And this one, the load is charging this one. And that one, the 12 volt, is using as a solar panel. So they are all charging at the moment. They are all in absorption. They are in bulk, which is a fast charging. And yeah, so it is working through here.
Now that all that is said and done, you and many of you have seen and heard particular people trying to discredit and kill this technology. And it is the base technology, grounded from actual work that's already been done in the field already. Once a person says that you can't take amps from one place and voltage from another, you already know 100% they are lying. This is the reason why we keep trying to enforce these things. They're trying to keep this work from you, and the more of you who actually test this, and you heard in my last videos, you don't need to test this. Of course he's going to tell you that, because in the end of the day, when you actually test what I did, like these people here in the videos, you'll start to see the truth.